my channel. I am here with my good friend Sabrina, and today's topic is about what it is like being married and stuff like that, you know, marriage life and being young at the same time, and just a few pointers that we're going to talk about and pinpoint on. So for starters, we're going to go ahead and she's going to tell us how she met her husband and how long have they been together.
So we actually, let me start off by saying that me and Chantel met in high school.
Yes.
The 10th grade actually, and I met my husband in high school. We all went to the same high school, and he was in my 10th grade geometry class. And I had a lot of friends around me, and he didn't really want to approach me because I was slightly more popular at the time, and he
he was very shy. He was like a shatter.
Yeah. Yeah, basically. And so it took, like, he wrote to me on Facebook actually and wrote hi. And that's how we started talking, and he followed me around after that. All my friends made fun of him and me, saying, you like him, he likes you, blah blah, and I'm like, that's not true. And eventually I did come around and realize I liked him.
Took her a while after a few mosquito bites.
She's referring to the hickeys that sometimes I would show up in junior year. Anyway, so I don't know if my mom's gonna watch this show. Anyway, mommy, we're already married. It's too late. So you know, I told him I liked him. He liked me too, and you know, we started dating. 6 months after that, we were engaged. Our freshman year, because I have to say, the freshman year of college, we got engaged. I was 17, and then we got married at 19. I think, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but I think if you got married at 19, I got married. Wait, was it 18? No, my 19. Yeah, I got married at 19 too. I confused, and I was like, wait, I was 18. I forgot my birthday was before my marriage. But I kind of got married before she got married. I got married in December, and she got married like 6 months after. So she never really met my husband until the wedding day.
Which was very interesting. Let me tell you, when your friend introduces you to her husband, the day like you meet him is when they're marrying. He's a really nice guy though. Like, Patrick is a really cool guy.
So we got married pretty young, that's for sure.
Were you nervous? What did you feel about that?
Like, for me, I would say everything was kind of like a rush at the same time, but not really a rush because we had talked about it.
How did you meet him? I mean, I met him that day.
Oh, yeah, I met him basically through a friend. It was like I was dating this other guy at first, and then he wasn't really treating me right and whatnot, and his friend told him that someone's gonna come along a lot better than he is and basically treat her the way that she's supposed to be treated. Turns out that was my husband that came along. So my friend introduced us. By coincidence, he showed up. He wasn't supposed to be there, but he ended up coming. We met, we talked, and turns out that we basically came from the same area back in our country, which is Jamaica, guys. And we ended up
bullet. Curry chicken.
Curry chicken.
Just put a purr right behind it.
Oh yeah, there's always a loud blowhorn. Jamaicans are obsessed with, like, in their songs they have to have a blowhorn.
Yes.
Why? I think that's why they speak so loud, because they're deaf. Like, you hear that loud enough, you don't hear anything. But
yeah. So we kind of basically came from the same area, ended out in the same spot and everything. Never once met at all until we came here, which is pretty nice. And he told his friend that I was the type of person that he would introduce to his mom, because he has also been around with people as well, other females and stuff like that, and I was the actual serious person that he's been with. So it was kind of fun and interested at the same time, you know. But also he's Jamaican as well, so I'm Jamaican, so we don't have any kind of like barriers between religious or anything like that, because we both.
Did you guys grow up the same?
We not really, because his parents are Christians and mine are not. They just go whatever with the flow. His, they have like a certain structure and certain ways that they do things and see things.
So which side did you end up leaning towards in your marriage? Did you end up being more conservative now that, you know, he grew up that way? Or did you guys lean more to the way you were raised?
I kind of both, actually, because it's like I try to do what his parents do and he does, like, to be more into, because I was saved at one point. I am saved still, but I'm not really into the whole Christian thing. I'm trying to get into that area because he's heading into that area, so I'm trying to go as well.
Inspiring you?
Yes, I would say he really is. So I'm trying to lead behind as his wife to basically walk with him through the whole stage of holiness process and everything is going. But at the same time, I still have my own ways that I do certain things. I'm like, okay, all right, no.
Well, you can still have a voice in the name of Jesus.
That's true.
Hallelujah.
But it's just that a whole lot of my dressing now have to be a lot more conservative.
I mean, Jesus said to turn the other cheek and tell you to shut up, like.
That's true. So her, on the other hand, is a lot different from me because she's in an interracial marriage. So how is that going for you?
So my husband is Arabic. I'm Jamaican, just like you are. But I was born here, so I think
she's half Jamaican. Chapat and Chapat.
Both my parents are Jamaican, but I was born here. But I mean, culturally, of course, I was raised as a Jamaican, but I don't really
consider herself American. She considers herself Jamaican. Hula.
Yes. So growing up, I grew up in an American household, and my husband was raised overseas in his country, and he came here as a teenager, actually. So more conservative, arranged marriage, you know, the whole 9 yards. Actually, he's Muslim and I'm Christian, and his family wasn't really okay with it. They wanted him to have an arranged marriage, and my parents wanted me to marry a Christian man, obviously. I don't think they really cared that he would be whatever race. They didn't really care much. They just wanted him to be Christian.
Yeah.
And I didn't really care at that point. I think that what really mattered, and I still believe this, is that we both have the same values and the same core belief system. It doesn't have to be like
pick a side.
Right. I feel like if you believe that being a good person and treating other people with respect and how you plan to, you know, the kind of life that you want to live, I feel like we are heading in the same direction. It's fine. I don't care what you believe in, and I'll love you anyway. Yeah. So and
there's nothing wrong with basically having two different religions at the same time. You can still do you, and you can still do him
there's respect.
At the same. Yes. And even if you have a child, I don't see why people find this as a fault to basically argue over which side the child have to be. Like,
oh yeah, that's a question we get all the time. Do you guys have children? When are you going to have children? And if you have children, what's the religion going to be? We personally, like, when I grew up, I'm going to say that my parents didn't really force me into the religion. They basically let me decide once I got to a certain age, you know, what I wanted to do with my life, and I didn't really feel pressured or anything like that. I was baptized, but I didn't feel pressured to do that, and I feel like if we do have children, I would not pressure them to be any religion, and neither would my husband. We think that's...
And neither does the family, because they do not have a say in how they raise a child.
That's right. Neither of our families, that's not their place, and if we felt like either side of our families were trying to put some kind of bias in our child, we would move them away from that, because we want them to form their own opinions based on their own experiences and not make something that someone somewhere decided for you to be how you're going to live your life.
Yeah.
What about you?
So with me, I'm just go with the flow type of person. As I told you guys, my husband's leading the Christianity life and I'm just following right behind. He's like my biggest example, and then his mom, I would say, his first biggest example, because he's falling behind her and I'm like falling behind him. So we're just just right now and just going, taking things little at a time and stuff like that, and see how things goes, because I don't mind giving my all and everything, but it just takes time, because I'm mostly into all the fun stuff and everything that's going on right now. I like to dress a certain way, not too explosive, but I like to show like some type of skin now and again, and to know that I have to be fully into this religion now. I have to basically conserve myself, dress the appropriate type of way, can't dress the way that I normally dress and stuff like that, you know, a lot more, because now I'm going to be a woman of God and I'm going to be with my husband standing next to him. So I have to basically watch the way I dress and approach certain stuff and do certain things.
Why do you feel like you have to change the way you dress?
For one, the way I dress is not really naked, but I show a little cleavage now and again, and I like to show legs because I got really nice legs. So I like to show legs. I don't wear really skimpy shorts or anything like that, but I got legs and stuff like that, and I like to look nice and sexy, but at the same time you still can look nice and sexy looking elegant. There's nothing wrong with that, but it's just that how I was raised and how I've been dressing since then, and to now have to take myself, like, kind of like take it out little by little out of it and get into it, because my mother, on the other hand, she dressed nice all the time, but it's just that hers is more conserved and protected, so that basically her body is for her husband only, not for anyone else to see. So yeah, for me to get to that point, it's kind of hard. I'm getting there, but not fully there, you know. It takes time, because I'm used to the, yes, just fling on this titties not out but titties are there type of thing. But yeah, it takes time. No pressure, but getting there.
Do you think you raise your kids to be Christian, or do you think you let them decide?
To be honest, I will let them decide, even though they might feel obliged to basically be Christian because they're growing up in a basically family that is Christian, so they might feel like they have to. But yeah, I would not basically have my force of religion on my kid, even though they might feel obliged, like they need to, because they grow up and they like might think that, oh, my mom is a Christian, my dad is a Christian, so I have to be a Christian. They don't have to do that. It's up to them what they want to be. It would be nice if they become a Christian, but I wouldn't force them to be it. I would let them make that decision on their own. Not because I am a Christian, your father is a Christian, that means you're going to follow in her footsteps. It's their choices.
Their own path to make.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So, how did you met? No. Sorry, what was your first date?
My first date was at the movie theater in Co-op City. Remember you were telling me that you guys met, that you went on your first date in Co-op?
No, my first date wasn't in Co-op. My first date was actually to
the
beach.
The beach. I just felt like it was City Island Beach, but
I went to Jones Beach. I've never been there before. We went there with a whole bunch of other people that were his friends that went with their girlfriend and stuff like that. It was pretty fun. It was the first time that I've ever been there. We had fun. We didn't came home until late at night, so that was like our first date before we actually started living together afterwards, because we basically jumped into living with each other like a couple of weeks after that, because I was supposed to move from Co-op City, because that's where I was living with a friend, because her family was moving and I was living with them too, so I had to move all the way to Connecticut, and he didn't like the fact that I had to move all the way to Connecticut. He didn't even cry. For a man, he actually cried, which is surprising, because he...
Favorite hobbies?
Yes.
Together, so we like to try new things, like we're currently obsessed with biking. That's how we bonded together back in high school. So biking, we like going to the gym together, movies, traveling, concerts, going and trying new foods.
Don't you wish you had her life? Like, I'm wishing I had her life right now.
Salsa dancing, trying new instruments, and we want to make friends. So if that's a hobby, meeting new people. So if you guys want to be friends,
hit them up. They're free.
no, we have stuff to do.
But with me now, hobbies, Lord God. Hobbies. I know we like to travel together and we like to go new places and try new things. But biking, as she said, we have never been in a bike other than one at the gym. He likes to work out. Me, on the other hand, doesn't like to work out. I like to eat, the opposite.
Food's good too.
But we like concert and stuff. We have never been to a concert together, so I don't really know if he's into it. I don't mind going to a concert because I'm more like the type of person that's like outgoing in this relationship, while he's more like conservative and like quiet. He likes to be low key with things and anything like that. Like, he's not the type of guy that you're like, oh, take a picture together, post me. I said, no, he won't post you at all. You could beg all you want, he will not post you.
He's very private.
Very private. He don't like people to know nothing about him at all. Nothing.
Sometimes I think it works out better that way, that you don't let so much people into your life. I feel like you cultivate a better relationship.
And it's like, I'm starting to do that now, a lot more private with my life. And it's like, a lot of people tend to question that because they normally see me post pictures of him. And because I don't really post it, I get questioned like, are you still living with your husband? Are you guys still together? Like, I don't see you posting here. I got that question from my cousin the other day last night, which is funny. Because she asked me, she wrote me, are you still living with your husband? I said, yeah. Why? She goes, oh, because you never post him. I was like, he don't post me, I don't post him.
Your
like,
family members are
we try to keep we try to keep things a lot private. She's like, oh, okay, that's good. So I'm like, yeah, we're not really out there like that. Plus there are people that he used to be involved with out there that don't really know me, and I don't want nobody come knocking at my door because you won't be greeting politely at all. No.
Texas toast.
Oh my god, so what were your reason for marriage?
Damn. Why did we get married? It kind of just felt natural. We didn't really think of it as, oh my god, we're getting married. It just seemed like the natural progression of a relationship. We already felt like, you know, I like this. I think this is what I want to do for the rest of my life. I can see myself being with you for a while, really, really long while. And let's just keep this going. So we got married, and even the day that it happened, I wasn't nervous. Neither was he. We just felt like this is, yeah. And then it felt like that was exactly the way it was supposed to be, and we still feel that way.
Well, for me, the reason why we got married, because we wanted to. God. It's like I got questioned, asked that a lot. Like, why did you get so married so early? I want you.
I hear that a lot. Were you
Are you pregnant?
Yeah. And we both still have no kids. So
no kids.
What's the excuse?
And I've been married for 4 years. I still no kids. Almost 5. Still no kids.
I don't know where the kids are, but
they're coming, but not yet.
You marry because you love that person. No,
yes.
That's what you would like.
Yes.
And I hate it when people resort to scandalous things like you were pregnant or you were
and they try to go behind and try to figure out why did you get married, and they try to ask your friends that are closer to you, why did you get married, and then that friend won't really even tell you why did they get married. They basically bring you around into another circle too, because you told them not to tell anyone else, and they going by what you tell them.
So for an interracial point of view, like the women that are from his culture tend to ask me like, so did you guys have kids? Like, they always want to ask, like, why would you want to be with a black person? Like, and I know they're really underhanded. They'll ask questions like, did you guys have a wedding? To make it seem like we went to the court or something, something rushed. Right. That he just wanted to sleep with me because people assume that if you're a certain religion, you have to be married to have sex. And we explained, yes, there was a wedding. Yes, it was intentional. We planned this. No, he didn't want to just bang me. Like, you know, that's always their assumption, and I hate that. It really bothers me. I don't get this from black women or black men or anything. Mostly just women from his culture.
Yeah, mine is completely different. Mine just like, why did you get married? Like, you're so young. Why not date more? Like, what if you find someone else later on while you guys are married and you feel like that's the person for you? Well, I have not felt that, so I don't know. Right now, I'm just focusing on him and us right now in our marriage. So thinking about
with other people, I mean, honestly, I feel like it's better to marry young. I feel like the benefits is that you're not set in your way yet. Yeah. When you marry at 35, you live with that person. You already lived by yourself for the past 20 years, right?
You get to basically learn when you're young your mistakes and you make it right, just in case you later on get married again if stuff don't work out when you're younger, because at least you can know what made you mess up in the first place and why things didn't work out. So that means just in case you choose to get married, at least you know another step to take and say, okay, you can't do this because that happened in that marriage. You can't bring the same behavior you had in one marriage to another marriage. Things won't work out that way.
I don't really see this that. I really do feel like when you get married at an older age, you are more likely to not get along with that person because you've already like thought about who you want to be in life. And you don't want anyone to change that. And you're more likely to get into more arguments because you're like, I've been this way for the past 30-something years. You're not going to tell me how to live my life.
Yeah.
And I feel like you're more likely to not get along. But when you're married young, I feel like you grew up together. You roll with the punches together. You learn about yourself and that person together. So
True.
I feel like it's been positive experience.
It's like
for
a
me.
whole lot of learning process
Together. And so it can really strengthen a marriage. It can weaken one. But I think that it's been a great thing, and I don't regret it.
Neither do I. There are moments though you think about it, but no, marriage is actually great. It's fun. And one advice I would give to people: always communicate. Even though a lot of people relationships have problem with the communication.
Right.
The guy might not like to talk at all, and you like to talk. I like to talk a lot.
I don't even think that's like a young marriage thing. I think every single relationship, married or not, if you don't talk, then it's not going to thrive.
Yeah.
If you're not talking to this person, how are you going to know if something happens, what's wrong?
Always be adventurous too, guys. It can't be boring. We don't like people that are boring. We're young. We want to be free.
Even if you're old, why should you be bored? Nobody.
True.
But
you got people that just don't want to do anything anymore when they're older. They're like, oh,
that's
I've
not
done
gonna
my
be.
time.
When I'm 75, I'm going to be writing on the back of that whole thing. My teeth, my dentures are going to be like that. Like, that is going to be me. Like, I don't care. Like, live life to the fullest, to the end. It doesn't.
And don't be scared of getting married. A lot of people think, for me, for one, I was scared of getting married. I remember once saying to my aunt, I was like, why do you want to get married? Because she asked me, like, would you ever get married? I said, no. I said it's so rude too. I was like, no.
I think I was more scared about telling him that I initially had feelings for him more than I was about getting married to him, because I was afraid he wasn't going to really feel the same way. I'm not sure why, but
yeah. With me, I was like, oh, right, no, I don't want to get married. I was 16 at the time, guys. I did not know what I wanted. But I was like, no. She's like, I looked at her like, why would you want to get up and see the same person every single morning? Like, don't you get tired of him? So she was like, oh, don't you? She's planning on going around and sleeping with different people. I was like, no, but we seen the same person every day.
So that's one thing that I wanted to say. A lot of times when people see something going that's very well, they like to plant seeds in other people's relationship, negative things. They like to really, if they see that you're fine, they want to stir up negativity. They want you to start thinking, oh, but what if he does do this thing? He's going to do that. He's going to cheat on you because he's young, and that's what men do.
I get
and
a
that's
lot
what,
of that from my side of the family.
And what I've learned to do is learn when to respectfully tell that person, thank you, but this is not your business.
Yes.
And I appreciate you coming to tell me this, but I would like to see where in your life that you have been successful. Mm-hmm. Most of the time, these people who are planting these seeds don't have a very good life. So, I think that you should not throw stones if you have a glass house.
Yeah, for real, it will break.
That's right.
Break and shot it into small, tiny pieces and cut your ass. But yeah.
I think you've been in Texas for a really long time. I think I'm scared the next time you come back here what you're going to be. I don't know.
But yeah, guys, marriage life is fun. I'm not going to say just go out there because you're dating someone for such and such time. And females, stop proposing to the guy. Let the guy propose to you. For me, that's weird, but it might be cool to you, but I find it weird. I like when a guy go on one knee, even though I did not get to go on one knee type of thing. I got more like a swallow the cake kind of ring.
Did you hit the ring? I forgot how that went.
I almost cracked it.
So how did you pass that through the body?
I didn't swallow it though.
Okay, I was wondering how interesting that was a few days later. You know what I mean?
No, I literally bit it because I bit the diamond part and it hurt as hell. It felt like basically biting the rocks though. It hurt and I took it out. And it's so funny. I never even noticed the way that he hit the ring at all.
He was really good at it then.
Yeah, they had the whole thing planned it out because it was on my birthday that he did it. The whole thing, I was so lost. I was into food. I'm sorry. I love my belly. Did you get the one knee proposal?
I did, and it was actually in his dorm room, but it was really ghetto, guys. It was extremely... You guys, so I go to his dorm room, and this guy takes a red crayon, okay? A red crayon, a piece of loose leaf. He scribbles red all over the loose leaf and wraps it around the lamp. Boom, the room's red now, right? So you think that this is going to be... He thought that this was going to be the most romantic thing. I come in and I think he's making sacrifices to the devil. And he's like, I want to show you something. I said, I need to go back home right now. I don't know what you're doing. And he's like, no, come closer. I'm like, no, I'm not coming any closer. I think I regret whatever I was thinking. But, so he goes, no, read this piece of paper. Here I am thinking these are like some kind of spell. I really didn't understand. Because he writes.
She's weird,
he
guys.
writes really badly.
She thinks you could tell her something and she goes off with it into a whole
I'm
different
pretty
scenario.
sure that if you guys saw an entire room red and you can't read his handwriting, it looks like ancient hieroglyphics, you're going to think that there's some problems here. So anyway, I'm trying to read his handwriting on this piece of paper. I have my back turned to him, and I'm reading this paper that he wrote really badly because he can't write. And I'm like, what is this? Is this an A? And he got so frustrated. He's like, Sabrina, turn around, shut up. And I turn, I'm like, what? And he's on his knee, and he's like, will you marry me? And I'm like, I don't know where the video recording is, but he did record it. And clearly I said yes. But at the time, my mom had no idea. My mom, my dad, like no one knew.
They ran away and got together, guys.
Right, I went to his college. I left my dorm that was down in Long Island, and I went up to his dorm room upstate, because he was going upstate at the time, and I took a coach bus to his dorm, and they had no idea, and he's an idiot. He posted a picture of the ring online with the location on it. And
Popos.
You're right. Actually, there was a time when my mom did call the police because
they could have found her.
Because we didn't answer the doorbell for a weekend. We decided we were gonna have some alone time, and that was not gonna work with my mom. And 2 or 3 days later, where there was a knock on the door, and there were 2 cop cars outside of her apartment, and lo and behold, they were trying to see, I'm pretty sure they would have sent for cadaver dogs.
Yep.
And
sniff them out.
Yeah, so my mom has no problem with calling the cops.
Yeah.
She's
they quick to do it.
Yeah. So they found out that I was engaged. It was too late. What are you going to do about it? And, yeah.
Doesn't her life seem fascinating? Unlike mine, I'm bland.
No.
Didn't want me to leave at all.
That
But
sounds like him.
Yeah, her keys.
That is him.
I will be.
Baba?
Baba?
Hey, Baba.
Hey, Baba.
Okay, he said he's going to just use the bathroom and then go the other far away. This is what I wanted. Baba means daddy.
Ooh! Fancy word of saying it.
No, it's just Arabic.
Seriously?
Yeah.
I wonder how Jamaican say daddy.
I also call him
Daddy.
in English. Does it sound the same?
It's like daddy in Jamaican. Daddy.
Oh.
Papi. Poopa. Papi. Poopa. Yeah, it's a poopa.
That's not
Yo,
attractive.
let's poopa.
Yeah, that's all you ever hear, right?
So no, daddy's not pretty nice in Jamaican. Because it's daddy, the American term.
I don't
like it.
It just sounds like they're
Daddy.
some
Daddy is
some
daddy.
scandal.
Right? Meow.
Yes, I'm meowing.
Oh God. I love when you talk to me Jamaican. You shouldn't even, anytime you write me Jamaican, I'm always dead with laugh.
Wow, you imagine what I really sound like?
Yeah. Because I actually picture you talking like it too, like
With the rough voice.
yeah, and the way you drag it out.
That's how my mom talks.
But she doesn't talk like that to
She
me.
can't
though.
speak any better.
I think she's been here for a long time.
No. It feels like she's still been here. I mean, just got here yesterday.
Emma. She's Emma. Oh my God, I'm calling people's child's name.
No, it's a cat.
No, but there's a little girl named Emma.
We call her Emma.
Oh, okay. Emily. Her name is Emily, though, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. So Emma. Okay. Fine.
She answers anything.
Anything?
She doesn't like bitch, though.
Ah.
I tried it already.
It's around.
Yeah?
I'll go.
Are you leaving?
Bye.
Bye.
Just call me back.
So what did he call you in Arabic? I know he said something to you in Arabic just now.
I love you.
Oh, you guys, I wish I had an interracial relationship.
Why?
But yeah.
It's the same.
So yes, back to us now. So what are